Hello and welcome to the show. We started this week's Failrace episode on GTA 5 with AstroCat driving around on a quad bike and getting things a little bit wrong and finding the one little gap. Briefly, it was actually quite the sort of cartoony hold above the big drop before falling down. And yeah, your quad bike's up there, you're not going to be able to get that back too easily. Garcars is up next on GTA Liberty City Stories with a truck that's, well, not doing what a truck should be doing, I'll tell you that much. I think Terry Grant's driving that. It's quite impressive, I've got to say. The distance it has been able to travel on two wheels, although now it's caught fire, which is less than good. And then another truck drove into it and it blew up. But up until that point it was quite impressive. We have Ollie EK3 up next on Mafia 2, hitting an invisible bump. You've got to watch out for those invisible bumps, and they're very difficult to keep an eye out for, because you never know when they might strike and just launch your car into a bridge. Also getting collected by an AI vehicle, but yeah, that's far from ideal. A fellow gamer is up next on Forza Horizon 5. Now, they are racing around the kind of Baja Arena section with an appropriate vehicle. You know, they've got an off-road racing buggy, as you do. They however managed to take a jump, not very well lined up for a landing, and now we have a perfectly balanced buggy. Yep, you are wedged on the bridge. That is not going to be going anywhere. You can reset, of course, in the game, but still, it's to manage to get it so neatly parked on the bridge is always well done. Yeah, if you don't know the area amazingly well, it's an easy one, easy one to mistake. Razor Sharp up next on Horizon 5 is doing a speedrun in a Supra that, if I'm honest, doesn't look the most controllable here. It's not really been going much in a straight line. It is mighty fast, however, they leave it a little bit too late to turn, manage to slide wide, and it's a different bridge. Not so perfectly balanced, well climbed. I guess it's a way to get off the not the way I would recommend, but I guess it got up there. GTRacer up next with colours. Yep, it's with colours. So this wasn't a graphics card fail or anything. Apparently I restarted, it's all working fine. Just for whatever reason, the textures in the auto show have glitched out, and this Cupra has become incredibly shiny and very colourful. As I say, I don't know whether it's maybe some of the time. I mean, the actual Cupra itself is mostly okay. So all of the colours you're seeing going on are being reflected from around. Everything is just super shiny, and yes, that includes the interior. We have got a disco Cupra, that's for sure. That's a lot of that's a lot of colours. It's a lot of weirdness going on in this one. Quite entertaining. Not seen that one before on Horizon. Volvo Brickfan is up next on Beam. He's trying to do a lap of the Nürburgring with some AI traffic, and well, the bus has decided, nope, no fun for you. We're going to put you in a wall and end your lap quite early on as well. Yeah, that's a smashed up car. We stick with Beam, and this time it is, well, I say this time, it is again the AI being silly. The player is driving a bus, relatively, I think it's bus, relatively sensibly, minding their own business, as you do, and an AI car does not pay attention to the turning at all. And, well, as you would expect, gets, well, not the heaviest hit you'll see in Beam. That is true. That's a more, actually, kind of realistic crash in some ways. But yeah, I just was not paying attention whatsoever to where it's supposed to be going. PrincipledFoe is up next on Farming Sim, having found a fun thing you can do. So I believe this quad bike is a mod. So I'm going to guess it might have a wrong hitbox on, or it takes a hitbox from a different vehicle, because they've managed to balance a lawnmower on top of a quad bike, but not only on top of a quad bike, it is a floating lawnmower. And it's surprisingly stable as well. They've managed to get it up a hill, and now they're, driving it across the field and everything. And it's surprisingly, and it makes a corner even, surprisingly well balanced up there. RX8 Racer is up next on Gran Turismo 7. Racing 4GG, get it a little bit wrong on the inside, runs wide on the exit, and we go for many spins. It's an alarming number of spins. I've made similar mistakes on Gran Turismo games, even on racing games. You know, you bounce across the inside curb a little bit, you get fired out wide. It's just the number of rotations once the Ford starts going. It was actually, yeah, I'm quite impressed on that one. Start sliding, and there's one, and there's another one, and there's another one for good measure. It wasn't even that higher a speed corner, but yeah, here we go. That's going to have ruins the Ford today. It's going to have a long race ahead of it on that one. I guess it happened on the second lap, so there's time to recover a bit and all that. We move next on to F1 2021 with some weird teamwork. I say teamwork going on here. We've got an Alpine and I think it's a Ferrari. That's not how you do things there. You're not really supposed to be carrying your rival around. The Alpine has actually got the pass done. The player car we're riding on board with is having a look to get involved, and are they going to fuse into one again? Yeah, kind of a little bit. The clip gets a little bit glitchy, but further around the lap it continues on again. This time it's the Ferrari going underneath the Alpine. They just don't seem to care about the other car's existence. They're just driving their own line, and somehow they're still going quite quickly through all of this, despite the going underneath each other, climbing over each other. Now the Ferraris turn on top. The other human cars had a spin, and now the Ferraris ended up back out in front. It's a weird battle. It's a weird battle, that one, but there we go. Although this is even more weird. So this is Spooky Squid on Assetto Corsa. Now all the cars in this clip are AIs. So the Opel touring car has a bit of a dodgy move on a Ford Falcon. I think this is actually during a qualifying session as well. And in the end, it ends up with the Calibra being spun. Does the world's worst rejoin managing to take out another one of the AI cars, that then proceeds to do an equally bad rejoin, wiping itself out on the front of the Calibra. Now it can recover, and you know what? I'm going to go into the pits. That manages to go wrong. Yep, straight into the wall at the end of the pit lane, and the Porsche then gets involved. Porsche does at least make it in to the pit lane. I'm actually quite sure what this black car is. I think it's the older Glickenhaus, but I'm not sure. Either way, it then goes for another terrible rejoin, managing to take out a Ferrari in unsticking itself from the pit lane, and then we're back across the grass, and this time we're into the pit wall again, but it has made it into the pit lane, and there's a very confused Ferrari on the final corner. It is... I've seen the AI do some odd rejoining of circuits, and so that is... AI stupidity, that is one of my favourites that we've had for quite some time right there. But there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via a Google form. There'll be a link to it in the description. All the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.